Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the KSUIF podcast. This is episode 15 and our finale. I am your host, Matt Ackerman. Across from me, as always, is
Mike.
And
Anna Katsas.
Anna Katsas, our president. I'm trying not to clap so hard that we don't peak and blow everybody's ears out. But yeah, this is the final episode of the KSUIF podcast, at least to my knowledge, as me as host, as you as co-host, and as Anna as president.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen next year.
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. No,
You're the president.
You're the president. You have like
Wow.
full
You're the
reign
boss.
over what I'm about to say.
True. Well, I was going to say, depends what Jake Bell does, the next KSUF president. He could continue it. He may
could.
not. So we should cherish this moment.
Yeah, he could probably be doing it a little bit different than we are because we record the podcast in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Jake might want to move it over to BSR, maybe collab with them. That'd be fantastic. I mean, I like to see that happen. But at least where we are,
Probably won't happen though. BSR doesn't like anybody.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true. We don't want to say
Some
that.
great guys over at BSR.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And gals.
Yeah, some great
And
people like
in
Jake.
general. Yes.
Because he has his own show, right?
Research and development.
Research and Development.
Check it
R&D.
out.
Yeah. Is it still going? Because it's the end of the semester.
I think he may have had his last show, but you can probably still go online and listen to it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just like this podcast.
Just like this podcast.
It's
Yeah.
forever.
Because this episode is going up on finals week, the Monday. And that's pretty much the final week of the semester, I would say. I mean, we're already done with our classes. We have the film fest tonight.
Right.
And that's
I
gonna be
am
fun.
so excited. And to think just at the beginning of the year, we had no idea what we were doing. And tonight we're throwing the biggest event of the year. And I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm really proud of how far KSUIF has come, at least when we first got a hold of it. It was kind of like getting handed an empty garage
Yes.
that would cost like $20.
Yeah.
And we managed to make it at least, worth something more than $20.
Yeah.
And I'd say we definitely changed
Oh, yeah, for sure.
the name and the whole, I guess, standing of the organization as it is.
Mm-hmm. We revamped the website, social media. We have a great social media presence now. We keep everyone up to date as much as we can, trying to be as inclusive as possible. Yeah.
Wow. I'm really proud of how far we've come, at least with all the innovation stuff. Like, we've hit a lot of bumpy roads.
We have, for those on the board, they know it's been a roller coaster of a ride. We've had some peaks, we've had some downfalls. Why don't we talk about the peaks? Some of the good things we did this year.
Let's see. Some of the good things. Let's start with last semester. So last semester, I want to start with the Film Fest. We did our first 48-hour Film Fest.
First 48-hour film
The
fest.
Trick or Treat Film Fest, which
The
was
spooky
a
one.
blast.
That was hilarious.
That was really good.
I am so impressed with everybody from that weekend. Those films were amazing.
Mm-hmm. I'm really impressed with how much Ashley put into creating that film fest and how far it came, and then also creating a second one in the next semester.
And the big film fest.
And the big, she put a lot of work.
Shout out to Ashley Byer for
Yeah,
being the
shout out to
best
Ash.
film
She's
fest
really
coordinator
good.
there is.
She won't listen to this though.
Well, she
I'm
should.
gonna force her to listen to this. I'm gonna try to get her to listen to this. Everyone on the board
She's
has
not-
to listen to this podcast.
She's not gonna listen to this one.
I'm gonna send this to the group like 500 times. If they don't listen to it, then I'm not gonna let that slide. You know?
Yeah, the 48-hour film fest. We had what did we have? We had 2 short films that are going to be premiering tonight. That's going to be exciting.
Well, overall we had like 4. We had Nocturnal Faith, Together Alone, Trapped.
Oh yeah, I was saying for the 2 from last semester.
Oh yeah, Nocturnal Faith and Together Alone, which came out great. I'm really surprised.
And
I haven't
then
seen Together Alone yet.
ooh,
Yeah,
you're-
I have to. I want to.
you
it's
coming to
gonna-
the film fest tonight?
You know what? Maybe.
You should come.
I did
It's
buy
gonna
a
be great.
ticket.
You did buy a ticket, which means you should come.
That's true. But
Because
I
if you have a
also-
ticket, that means you can come.
But I really bought the ticket to really just support you guys. Because in all honesty, I never thought or imagined being involved in anything with Franklin Hall, like any independent films, TV2 stuff, like nothing like that. But then since I knew you, Matt, we were able, I was like, I hung out in the office a lot. And then I was like, okay, now I'm involved. And that's pretty much was my in, was just hanging out in the office, talking to you, and talking to Brandon and everyone else on the board and anyone who would come in there. So,
I mean, that was my favorite thing I think we did this semester. Like, for previous semester and, like, previous years, we've opened the door.
yeah.
to the office.
Yeah, like,
and
literally.
we cleaned it. Matt, you did a great job with organizing it. I remember
Yeah.
one day it was just a mess, and I came in and you were just organizing everything. You were on going like beast mode. It was
Yeah.
great.
Organization is key.
Yes.
And also, like, because a lot of people come in there. Like, right now, it's kind of a mess because we have all this stuff for the film fest.
It's
but
been a long year.
yeah, it's been a very long year. But that office has transformed a whole lot.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
The whole, like, we used to be sectioned off with different, like, walls and stuff.
Now it's all open.
Now it's all open. We saved one of the walls and put the quote wall on there.
Let's talk about the quote wall
Yeah,
for a
let's talk
second.
about that quote wall.
Do we have any of the quotes from the quote wall?
Oh, man. I know
I know I have a quote on there.
you have a, what is it?
It was like, talk to my SAG.
Yeah, talk to my SAG. Yeah.
Gracia Liu, she's our VP of Revenue on KSUIF. I think she had the most quotes on that
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, she definitely, she won an award for that at the banquet.
She did at the
Yeah.
student media banquet. For those, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, for those of you who don't know, the quote wall, we made this for when anybody in the office says something just crazy, funny, just makes you stop and go, why? We just write it down, put it on a note card, and put it on that wall, and we kind of look at it if we ever need a laugh.
Something to a quote that pulls you out of the conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
just like, wait,
It's
hold on a second.
it's like, what did you just say?
It's like,
Yeah.
We've even
stop
it's not
it,
even
like,
just
back
like
up.
people on the board that've had quotes on there. Like Jackson has a quote.
Oh, Jackson, yeah.
Mike, of course, because he's not on the board, he has a quote. Jackson, Gracie just has the most quotes, and Jackson had one quote earlier where he was like talking to Gracia, and he said, "Was I racist to you yesterday?"
Oh my God.
Gracia. Every single one of her quotes are like 18 plus,
Yes, for sure.
and I think my favorite one of hers was the, what is it, busting a nut with the boys. So,
Oh my God.
she hates this story, but I think it's fantastic. She was talking about how she didn't understand the term bust a nut. So she thought for a while that it was kind of just like a saying of people getting together.
Right.
And then she said, like bust a nut with the boys. Or like, oh yeah, no, something that you would do when you go crazy. And
Yeah.
she had that, and that was just a topic, a conversation for a good week. It was fantastic.
I'm really glad we had the quote wall.
I'm so glad that was there. Like we have a lot of stuff on there. I hope.
Yeah.
Are we gonna clean that off, or are we just gonna keep it on there?
I don't know. We could always archive it somehow.
Yeah. Or we can ask Jake what he wants to do.
Frame it.
Frame it, maybe. Frame the entire wall.
Oh my God.
We should have an envelope full of the quotes.
Here, let's bring it back to like more stuff we did fall semester. So, personally, I remember in October or September, whenever Kevin Dilly, he's the director of student media, he put a poster up called Flash Lab, and it was this innovation pitch contest where you had to come up with an innovative idea to benefit student media, create content, raise revenue, things like that. And Cameron Gorman, who is the lead editor-in-chief of Luna Negra, which is the literary arts magazine on campus, she came up to me and was like, hey, do you want to, like, turn one of our short stories or poems into a short film? Like, we could, like, try to win this contest. And I'm like, could we? I don't know. And then once she started explaining to me, I'm like, we could actually do this. And she was right. We ended up getting third place.
Nice, congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a really fun process. I remember when we were pitching to the judges. I remember you, Matt. You were in there.
Mm-hmm.
Were you in there, Mike, when that happened?
No, I
Brandon
wasn't.
was. I think.
Brandon
I remember you
was,
guys came
yeah.
in during like the question and answer period. That was fun. But yeah, we ended up adapting Nina Palatella's short story called Daddy Issues, and we turned that into a short film with the help of Ashley Lamatrice, Nina Palatella, Cameron Gorman, and last but not least, Michael Durkee. He's actually directed a bunch of stuff for us this year, and he was our MVP of the year.
I remember when Durkee first came in the office. Because I was always in the office like every day last semester. He kind of came in, just sat down, wanted to like
Yeah.
do whatever. I think I was watching BoJack Horseman.
Oh my
I
God.
was watching BoJack on the computer.
Apple TV or
No, yeah, it was. I don't think we had the Apple TV yet because we still have to figure that out.
oh yeah.
So I was just watching it on the computer, and he kind of like joined me, and we got to know each other. Like he definitely, like I've never seen more growth from a person than Durkee, because he just came in and gave his all, like, always.
Yeah.
And he grew. He directed so much stuff.
Yeah, he directed, what did he direct? He directed Nocturnal Faith. He directed Daddy Issues. He produced Trapped. So he's worked on 3 KSUIF shorts.
Yeah.
And he's done so much for us. And I'm very grateful for him. Kind of want to just talk about, like, the experience of being on set. Like, we've had some times where Together Alone, we had to shoot from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
That was a time.
And Together Alone was shot in the forest.
Yes, in a cabin with no heat, barely any electricity. So we were all bundled up. I remember me and Ashley Byer were on the set, and we had bought Monster energy drinks, and we clinked them. You know how everyone does that boomerang when they're clinking drinks with beer on, like, Instagram? Yeah, we, like, did that same thing. It was just with Monsters, and that was the first time I had a Monster, and I did a pretty good job.
That was the first time having, like, a full-on Monster?
Yeah.
How was that caffeine for you?
It got me going, Matt. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good.
Monster's gross. Drink Red Bull.
I always used to mix Monster with, like, Mountain Dew.
Ooh,
Because, like, then it tastes good, and there's also a lot of caffeine.
that's true.
That's
But
a
I don't
nice
do that
combination.
anymore, because then I'll die. Like,
Yeah.
if I have so much caffeine, like, I'm gone.
I heard that sometimes people brew coffee with Monster.
Yeah, they do that.
Wow.
I mean, if they want the energy, and you don't want to spend money on 5-hour energy, you could just do that. I mean, there are a lot of home remedies people do to keep themselves awake for
Oh,
shoots.
yeah. I remember just when it was hitting 5, 6 a.m., we were all delirious. Me and Elise looked at each other. We were gone. Everyone was gone. We were dead. But, I mean, you grow closer during those moments.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good bonding moment when you're all, like, sharing the same circumstance of being freezing, being tired. You're all in it together.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Daddy Issues. We were
Yeah.
outside in the cold. It was March, but it was freezing.
Yeah.
We were all sitting with blankets again, huddling all together to keep warm like penguins. Do you guys have any set memories from this year that you're always gonna remember?
Well, I remember Nocturnal Faith because they shot at my house.
Oh yeah, how was
That was a very fun experience.
How so?
Well, I mean, I wasn't part of the crew,
Mm-hmm.
so I was just kind of observing the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really there was someone on set whose name was also Matt. So like whenever someone would call for him, I would assume that they were calling for me. And I would
Yeah,
just like
'cause
I
they're
would
at
stop,
your
be like,
house.
oh wait, no, never mind, there's another dude. But I always remember just like the door slamming, all the stuff that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really fun experience. They shot there 2 days, I think. There was
Mhm.
one day that they needed,
You gotta do a pickup.
yeah, they had to do pickups. I don't know how long they were there for though. It was a while, but like I know that half the crew was dying because I have cats,
Oh
and they're
yeah.
all allergic to cats, and there's just fur everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I felt so bad. I'm like, yeah, it's.
But I mean, they got it done though, and it'll be premiering tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Oh, so it's
excited.
the premiere, so it's not even on YouTube yet.
No, it's not on YouTube
Together
yet.
Alone and Nocturnal Faith haven't been premiered at all.
No.
Wow.
So at the film fest, that's where they're showing that and Trapped,
Yeah,
and all of them look fantastic.
I agree.
I'm really proud of everybody who worked on these films. They look really good.
Me too. We wouldn't be anything without the cast and crew
Mm-hmm.
that has helped us out along the way. Wait, back to the film fest. For those of you, Matt and Mike, if you're going, which film are you most excited to see the audience's reaction for?
Ooh,
All of them.
all.
Anyone specific?
I'm trying to think.
We can't give too much away.
I know. I'm not trying to give too much away. I'm just trying to think of which film would probably present the most.
I'm excited to see if Officers gets some laughs.
Oh yeah,
I really-
Officers. I'm
If
really.
you guys you guys are coming to the film fest tonight, pay attention to that one.
Yeah, Officers is a pretty good one. It was shot last semester.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was definitely.
Wait, is that the TV2?
yeah, it's
bit?
yeah
Oh,
that thing.
Okay.
That one's a good one. One that I kind of want to see everyone react to is Forgive Me.
Oh yeah, Alyssa Standon's senior project. She
Yeah.
was the KSUIF president for last year,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a very good project. I am also excited to see what people think of that one.
She definitely raised the bar when it came to projects.
She did.
Like she went further. I mean, it isn't like really long in length, but it's definitely
The ideas that she
the
used.
ideas. Yeah, it's very. it's eye-opening. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
It's very eye-opening.
Very experimental film, but I think people do need to see it. The story is, well, I probably shouldn't give anything away. I'm not going to go
we
on.
shouldn't. I mean,
I'm not going
haven't
on.
we talked about that one though? Like, isn't that one like
we talked
about the controversy around it? I think.
Yeah,
right?
we talked about the controversy that around it when it came
Yeah.
to DMP, but we didn't really talk about what it really happened.
Yeah, and then we just talked like it has a meaningful topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Story.
On the Film Fest list, when it comes to the description of the film, all that's written is Sparrow.
Right.
And if you know what that means, then there you go. I don't.
Like Jack Sparrow.
No.
No.
No. Not even close. Not even close.
It
But
has to do with the Me Too movement. That's
Yeah, it
pretty. That's a pretty good way to describe it.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting film.
Yeah.
So I like to see the reactions to that.
Going back to last semester again, sorry. We did a lot of fundraisers, I feel
Yeah,
like.
we did a lot.
We did Twisted Mouths. We sold some chocolate bars.
That
I
was
thought
my
there-
favorite part.
Yeah, the
Okay, what else
chocolate.
did
The
we
chocolate was
do?
great.
You guys were at Blast Off.
Yeah, well, that wasn't more or less a fundraiser thing.
That was like,
That was like the
reining
very
all
first-
the freshmen and then
Yeah.
everybody in.
It was Black Squirrel Fest and Blast Off.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I remember I was walking around the K with this bullhorn, and I think Gracia or Elise was with me. And I'm like, never would I ever do this unless it was for this organization. Because I wasn't.
love that bullhorn.
We'll be using it tonight at the Film Fest.
Oh, thank God.
It's going to be,
man,
there's
I
a
miss
bit
it.
with Jordan Yule he's hosting. I'm not going to give it away, but just know something exciting is coming.
Oh my God.
And he has a couple assistants that will be helping him out.
Nice.
I was supposed to be one of those, but
Yeah.
then I didn't want to do
What
it.
happened, Mike?
I just didn't want to do it.
You just dropped out of
Wow.
it completely.
Yeah.
You were like, I don't know if I want to do it.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
don't
the
think I
thing
want-
is I was unsure about it the whole like when Nate told me about it, so I was like, I don't know if I would want to do that. Like we're not really doing much of anything. I'm just kind of like with a camera.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if I really want to do that.
Yeah. I'm really excited to
It
see
should
what
be
you-
Yeah.
more. It should have been more. It should be more on the host.
Yeah,
That's true, yeah.
rest assured, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be
you're
a very
gonna
fun
laugh
time.
a lot.
Everybody on the board has put forth an equal amount of effort to this whole thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And surprisingly, a whole lot of it pertained to their jobs.
You're actually
Yeah.
right on that
Yeah,
one.
because when it came to me, I'm handling the digital content.
Like the cards in
Yeah.
between the films, like the titles,
The
and
title,
directed
putting it all
by.
together, having it play.
Yeah.
Like
should
that.
we talk like it already happened since it?
I mean,
this
it
does
did
come-
already happen. It
this
comes
does
out
come
on Monday, yeah. Because like we're not technically spoiling anything because it comes out Monday, but however,
Yeah.
you know, it's the only day of the film fest.
Right.
But
Hmm.
we don't even know what has happened, so we can't
That's
really
true.
spoil anything. We're just saying what is happening.
I'm so excited. Like I can't contain it.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be very fun. It's nerve-wracking because it's our first, and there's a whole lot on
The
like,
inaugural film fest.
the inaugural film fest.
We've sold over 100 tickets. Actually, I'm
Really?
gonna check again right now and see how many we've sold. Cause
We went
Sold
past
out. They're
100.
sold out.
They're sold out.
don't kid me like that, Mike.
You kept
Well.
writing on the board that the tickets were sold out.
Why
have a-
would you do that?
We have a
Because-
whiteboard in the office.
Mike
and
is such a jokester.
Yeah, we have a whiteboard in the office, and when it came to the tickets that were written up on the board, he said sold out,
All gone.
all
Sorry.
gone. And then I remember sitting there in the office. I was talking to Ash, and she looked over at the board, and she was like, and then went over and wiped away. Like, who did that? It's probably Mike.
It was me,
It was always you. It's either you or the agenda.
but most likely it's me.
No, yeah, most likely it's you.
Look.
Hey, we've sold 109 tickets.
I just want to.
That's
Dang.
pretty baller.
It's gonna be
All
a
I
lot
want
of
to do
people.
is just like cause a little bit of chaos and panic. Just a little bit. Just
Cause a
enough
little
to-
chaos and panic at the disco.
Yeah.
I
Just
feel
a
like
little
Mike's
bit.
just over here doing his own thing. He
Yeah.
just
Mike
doesn't
always
care.
does his own thing.
He just does whatever.
Yeah. I
I'm like,
walk
yeah.
in. Sometimes I have those days when I walk into the office and I kick some stuff and move some stuff around, and that's all right.
Mike, do you remember when I tried to get your attention that one day?
No, I mean I
The
remember
one day,
hearing
the one day
stuff.
before the podcast.
Yeah.
Mike was sitting down in the chair.
Yeah.
Like the chair
I was-
that's
no, I was on the
underneath the
couch.
or above or below the banner.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
was on the couch.
Yeah, and he was like messing around, doing something on his phone,
Yeah.
and I was trying to get his attention from the other side of the room. So the couch that's over by the thermometer
Yeah.
or the thermostat or whatever that
Yeah.
shows our funds or whatever.
For those listening, it's like right when you walk in.
Yeah, it's the first chair. I decided to flip that thing on its like front. I just went like with
The
my one
couch?
hand. Yeah, the couch. I
The
flipped
whole couch?
the whole couch.
Oh my god.
And then this was on accident, but I flipped the couch back over and it slammed into the wall and made a huge like bang. Mike was unfazed.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was completely
That's-
unfazed because I was listening
And
to
then,
music.
and then I stacked some chairs on the table and knocked them over.
Yeah.
And that was a loud, high-pitched crash, and you
Yeah.
still didn't turn.
No, yeah.
Ashley was in the office at that time. She can attest to this.
I think I kind of remember this happening as well.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember chairs being stacked. I just walked in and I was like, this may as well happen. you
it
know?
might have happened once or twice before. I know that when it came to that day, I was trying to get his attention. He just didn't. He just
Yeah.
didn't listen.
Why don't you just, say, hey, Mike?
Yeah, why don't you come over and tap me on the shoulder?
Wouldn't
not how I
that
do
have been
things.
faster?
It would have been faster, yeah, but I don't do things fast.
Yeah.
I don't get anybody's
Let
attention
it be
fast.
A,
I mean,
let it be a lesson.
now,
that,
like,
if
now-
I'm listening to music, you cannot pull me out.
that's actually kind of pulled me into a bit where I just make a very loud noise, and then
What
whenever-
is this noise? Can you give us an example for the listeners out there?
Well, I don't want to blow everybody's ears out, but I'm just going to give an example. For example, the couch slamming into the wall, me taking
So
a
you just-
spoon and smacking it on the table.
So you just want to make loud noises.
I want to make a loud noise and then have everybody have their attention on me. And then I say, now that I have your attention, the planet is dying.
Gotcha.
Oh, my God.
I remember. Yeah, you started doing that like
Yeah,
pretty recently too.
I know. It's a good bit. It's a bit that's going to like last for like a week and die,
Yeah.
kind of like the planet.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Wow.
This took a turn. Let's bring
Let's go back to the
That could be another podcast that you can make yourself. Let's bring it back.
Yeah, let's
I
bring
want
it
to kind
back.
of talk about some things. So we already talked about a bunch of the good things we did. Let's kind of talk
Well,
about.
hold on. You
Huh?
missed the mixer.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Like we had the second annual Cast and Call and Mixer. So what that was an opportunity for actors to audition for the KSUIF shorts as well as network with fellow creatives. We got a DJ, we had pizza. It was a great time. We had a pretty good turnout, I would
we had
say.
a really good turnout.
Yeah.
Everybody
There
was
was
there,
also-
even other student organizations. I think who popped in? It was like Black Square Radio, TV2.
Black Star Radio was there,
Yeah.
TV2 was there.
We had free headshots,
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
and
Free headshots were great.
we were
Senior
doing
projects were there.
senior projects. We had Jordan's "Love Is a Strong Word," Sean's "Trans Daddy."
Mm.
And for those of you that don't know, in our major at Kent State Digital Media Productions, the seniors have what is called a senior project, and they have, a semester to figure out what they're gonna film, when they're gonna film, what they're gonna film. They need to cast actors, they gotta get locations, they have to do everything, and it's their own project. So we opened up some tables for them to come in to our mixer, and they were able to cast and find crew, which was, I think, really helpful to them.
It definitely helped a whole lot of people. We also had the makeup artists
Oh yeah.
organization on campus, and that was a whole lot of people showed up. I'm
They
really proud
did.
of that.
And it was funny when it ended up dying down towards the end of the night. We kind of just had our own dance party, and I remembered I asked the DJ to play. I'm half Greek, so sometimes I like to let my Greek side out a little bit. I asked
Greek
them.
life.
I asked them to play like a Greek song, and I had everyone Greek dancing. That was a blast.
yeah,
And we
I
had some
remember
line dancing going on.
We had some mishaps.
We had like the cha-cha slide. We had we had wobble.
I drew faces on
Yeah.
balloons.
You drew faces on balloons.
Rip
We had
Big
a lot of balloons.
Chungus.
Oh my God, Big Chungus! No. Oh,
He
my
was just
boy.
a very special balloon that had to pop.
Yeah.
Some of them just gotta pop.
Mike, did you draw
sometimes.
that, or was it?
That was me now.
Okay, I think it was Ash then. Someone drew, the fat Bugs Bunny,
Yeah.
Big Chungus, on a balloon, and I carried that around throughout the rest of the night.
And then I killed it.
Yeah, and then you killed it. I let it
Stabbed
go
it with a
outside.
pencil
I let it go outside to roam, and you were like, "I'm gonna chase after it and try to kill this thing."
Hold
And
on. I didn't chase. I
You
walked.
chased
I
after.
took 3 steps, and then I was like, I
Hey,
bent
it
over
was
and put
it
the
was
pencil.
more than 3 steps. It was all the way over by like the TV2 studio, from like the room to like the.
It took me 5 seconds to catch up with it.
It only took you 1 second to kill it too.
The point is, there was a balloon and it popped.
Yes, that's end of
Rest in
story.
peace, Big Chungus.
It
But
was a great night.
It was a great night.
I
We
hope-
also we were trying to move stuff back into that room. We had an issue with one of the boards.
Oh yeah, that
That was the only thing that happened, and it was right at the end.
that went wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
We've actually been pretty good about things that haven't gone wrong since the fall,
since it's the fall.
but we won't.
Yeah, but like also it didn't happen in fall or spring semester, but we did the safe house.
Oh yeah, we did a commercial project.
Yeah.
So it was for the company Safe House, and Brandon Hurst, our head of production, had a contact with them, and they asked if KSUIF would help make was it a promotional video or commercial or what type of?
It was. I mean, they're technically both sides of the same coin.
Yeah. but that was over winter break. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that should be coming out soon. We handed it over to them to edit. We got paid for it, which was awesome. Speaking of getting paid for things, we developed a music video contract this year. It took very long time just to get all the logistics and legal issues figured out. But going forward now, KSUIF in the future, they have a great way to make revenue. We set up different prices, so you could have the basic package, which is $500, intermediate, which I think is $1,200, and then the premier package, which is $2,500. Correct? I don't know if I'm right or wrong. It's on our website.
I think the basic package was, I think they're like going in tiers of 500. So like the basic package is 500, then 1,000, and then 1,500.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's on our website, so if you have a band and you'd like a music video made, come to KSUIF next year. Hopefully I think they'll still be doing them. I hope so.
Yeah, they should be.
There's also bands and clubs on campus.
Yes.
Like
that's true.
The Kent Clarks. That could look out and reach out and do a collab with.
That's a great idea.
Which would be fantastic. I mean, if they're open up to it next semester, which they should be.
Yeah.
Which
I
would not pass up that
Kent Clarks
opportunity
because I met a few of them. And I know a few of them. And we had when we had TJ or JT on.
Yeah.
He's a freshman who joined the Clarks, and he pitched when their last concert was, which was like I think last week actually. So
yeah.
they're good. They're really good.
Like this is another thing that we started this semester was a podcast.
I know, so much innovation this year. I was gonna make another award, but I was like, there's too many already.
Yeah.
I was thinking about making an innovation award and giving it to you, Matt, because
well, I mean, at least I knew that I got the award.
yeah, because I mean, never has there ever been a KSUIF podcast or a podcast of any kind with KSUIF.
I don't think ever since Mr. Spectacular there really wasn't that much episodic content from KSUIF, and this came out on the dot every Monday at 12 p.m.
Right.
And I'm just very upset, though. I'm sorry that I did not get an award, Anna.
Hey, you were mentioned at the banquet.
I know.
Oh, you actually were.
Yeah.
You didn't even come to the banquet.
Well, because I'm not a board member.
You didn't have to be. We tweeted it out that you could come.
I'm not on Twitter.
Instagram.
I think did I see it on Instagram? I may have seen it on Instagram.
I mentioned it to you though.
Yeah, that's right. You
Ooh.
did.
Yeah, I mentioned it to
That's
you.
some
Well, no,
evidence.
you just said that you were going to it.
Yeah.
And that's it. You
Any-
never told me to go.
Any thoughts about the student media banquet this year? Or it's like the same every semester, I would say.
It was pretty much I think it was TV2. They had a very nice night.
They did.
They had a very nice night. No offense to TV2.
No, TVT's great.
TVT's
they have
great.
so many people, and I think they were one of the people that raised the most money during Philanthropy Week or Student Media Week. We got a lot of donors as well.
Yeah.
That was cool.
We got a good amount of donors during that Philanthropy Week. I think that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And we've reached out, like, I think with this podcast and with everything else that we're doing, we've collaborated with a lot of student organizations and shows and all that.
We've plugged a lot of student organizations, like a lot of TV2. I think
A whole lot of TV2.
Like I mentioned before, the Kent Clarks. Who else did we plug?
Did
we do Black Squirrel? Anyway.
I feel like on social media, we always try to just share what other organizations are doing, especially student media, because we're all under the same umbrella and we're all trying to reach out to the student body and give everyone the best content that we can give. So we try to be there for everyone.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing that I do like is that everyone kind of
the one
work
thing you
together.
do like
The
about this
one-
whole year.
The one-
the
that
only
everyone really
thing.
started to work together in all the like organizations. Like
Yeah.
before, like I remember when they were all like a separate thing.
Yeah, they were all just kind of operating under their own little thing. They didn't want to do anything because we share an office with TV2 Entertainment.
Right.
And
Which now they really don't.
yeah,
use.
in previous years, well, yeah, they don't use the office anymore. But like in previous years, when they did use the office, we would have like there'd be bad blood between KSUIF and you know the entertainment thing. But like I think we definitely changed that state of the organization because we're definitely more of people who, you know, like to converse with other organizations.
I would say so. Yeah. I think we definitely tried to be more inclusive this year, opening up more ways for people to get involved. And I kind of want to move on to talking about things maybe that we could have done better, or maybe KSUIF could do next
Yeah.
year that we didn't. I think we could even have more opportunities for students to get involved, because we really only had, the parts on set, so being cast or crew, and those were the only ways. But I hope next year they open up even more ways, so maybe having committees for planning events and people can get involved,
Yeah.
with helping market KSUIF. I know we had some movie nights; those are pretty fun.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see more inclusion and more ways for people to get involved next year.
I would
Yeah.
love to see us not jump into everything immediately and more or less plan things out.
I would agree.
Because when we first started, we didn't have anything.
That first meeting,
Yeah, that first meeting.
we went crazy. We didn't. It was.
You guys didn't know what you were going for.
We had
Exactly.
a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
And we wanted to hit every single one of those at least like once.
Yeah.
But we ended up with a very heavy plate.
We
And
did.
things kind of ended up dropping, as well as other things getting swept under the rug. And the things that we did plan and actually came through kind of came out a little bit, like for the first time, it kind of came out a little weird.
Can you give it like an example?
Well, the first big meeting, that it was definitely,
You guys went. You guys aimed high for it, and then every meeting after just was like.
yeah.
I think we got tired.
I mean, everyone kind of gets tired as we go throughout the semesters, but the first meeting was definitely a very big, like,
It was a
whoa,
big intro.
look at this, and like that
Yeah.
kind of shows up, who we are as an organization. But I think it kind of missed the mark at some point, because we definitely weren't able to keep that energy the entire time.
Right.
Right.
But
And
like,
also we knew we were getting so many people, so we're like, how can we capture
Yeah.
these people's attention without seeming too crazy? And there was a line that we may or may not have crossed with all the music and dancing that we
Yeah,
did.
the music, the
So-
dancing, the tossing the candy at everybody.
Yeah, that was.
That was a
Oof.
time. That was a very weird time, but
But we ended up at the end. We ended up with people that really did care and saw through our mistakes with the
Yeah,
first meeting.
yeah.
We've had some people that have stuck with us. Like I said, Michael Durkee, Jackson's been sticking around along the way.
Yeah.
Stephanie Marzaklis, Nathaniel Fortin. We've had
Zach
a lot
Gozen,
of great
all those
people.
good, all the good people and all people who have
I'm
been
sorry
on
if
the
I don't
podcast.
mention your name. There's just so many. If you
Yeah.
worked on cast, crew, if you were hanging out in the office, we appreciate you so much.
Yeah, everyone that's been in the office this semester and last semester has been fantastic, and they definitely have like bright futures.
Oh, they do.
They definitely do have
One
bright
thing I
futures.
do think you could have done a lot better is advertising stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Because, I loved all of the ideas that you guys had, like all the events that you planned,
Mm-hmm.
but there was just, it always felt like you guys weren't reaching everybody.
yeah, there was that one time, or well, Mike, you know about this whole situation. There was an entire
Which
time
one?
the big situation, like we were without a social marketing or social media marketing for a good while.
So that was
yeah.
a rough point.
Yeah.
But once we hired Jake in the spring, I feel like we ended up doing a lot better.
Yeah.
And I feel like with the Film Fest now, that really shows because we've sold over 100 tickets, and I think that's the most people we've reached all year. So I think we've been slowly getting better. And with this Film Fest, we're going to generate so much buzz going forward. Hopefully in the future, they might even sell out with all the tickets because more and more people are going to find out about it.
Yeah,
Right.
we've definitely created a good basis for people next semester because we didn't have anything coming in, and we kind of formed our own stuff. So now people who join the organization kind of take our positions and get into it. They're not going to be completely stressful,
Yeah.
figuring out, how does this work? What am I supposed to
Exactly.
do when we come to the film fest?
Yeah.
It's pretty much all laid out,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone did a great job doing that. I'm
Yeah,
really
you guys are
agree.
putting together a book, right?
yeah, we
For
all.
Oh, yeah, like a how-to thing.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
No,
we're
yeah,
writing
no,
it. I was like, Mike, we're writing a book?
novel.
Yeah, you guys are
We're
writing
You
a
could
writing,
write a
right?
book about us.
we're
That's
writing
cool.
a novel.
It'll be called Independent Films.
called Independent Films.
Wait, what about the other thing that you had?
Oh, my other
Independent
my
Flash
project.
film.
Oh, or IFF.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, IFF.
Whatever happened to
Independent
that?
Flash Films. Oh, you guys bought me. You bought my organization.
Yeah, I had
sold
half
out.
your shares. I decided to
Yeah.
buy out the organization.
Yeah, Matt had 51% of the shares,
And
and
then-
Oh
I
my
sold
God.
out.
Going back.
Hey, that's important. That happened in the fall. Why didn't I talk about that?
Because it's not
IFF.
real.
It was real to me.
Well, that's something, I guess.
Well, I never really talked about how that started, and it was just because Matt was talking to me. It was me, Matt, Nate, and Dan. We all went to Euro during
People don't
after
know what
class.
Euro is. You
Euro
have to explain
gyro.
what that is.
Euro is what it's actually called, Matt.
That's when you're trying too hard to be Greek.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we went there after a class in the fall, and Matt was talking about rebranding for KSUIF, and I was like, hey, why don't you just call, why be KSUIF? Why don't you call it, Independent Flash Films? And he's like, thought about it for a second and was like, no, that's a terrible idea. And then I was like, oh, well, now this is a bit that I have to continue because Matt didn't like it. So I just went on about how it's a ridiculous organization that's going to be rival to KSUIF, and we are all inclusive and
We?
just make we quotes.
The
Well,
organization.
because Nate wanted to join, so
Wow.
Nate wanted to join, and then
Dan was on board because
because you
loved
said
idea.
the boosted boards.
Yeah, everyone got a boosted
That was
board.
that was an incentive of joining IFF was getting a free boosted board.
Yeah. But
And
that was our budget.
as soon as Dan joined and got a boosted board, you went bankrupt.
I have a question, actually. So you're graduating, right?
I am.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to IFF now?
It's gonna go with me. I'm gonna get the copyright. I'm gonna do the paperwork.
You know, technically that IFF idea is owned by KSUIF.
And it's an idea, so you can't copyright an
Yeah, you
idea
can't
like I've
copyright
learned
an
in
idea.
law. It has to be tangible.
But-
Professor
is-
Mark Goodman, Professor MD Mark Goodman, lawyer.
MD.
He's a great man.
He's a great man, but you can't copyright an idea. However, if it
It's-
actually becomes a thing,
Tangible.
It's been written down. There's
Okay, if it's written down, then you might have something there.
There's
But
written down somewhere.
I want to bring it
Yeah,
back.
let's bring it back.
I want to talk
You
about
had to
something
bring
I
it back
hope.
like 16 times.
I want to say I hope something that I hope KSUF does next semester. Have a premiere for both the fall and spring semester. This was something that Jake was already talking to me about, and I think he is going to do this. But having the short films that are done in the fall be ready to premiere in December, and same with the spring. He'll continue the KSUF Film Fest.
I actually thought that's what you guys would do.
Yeah, I
this
thought
year.
so too. But
I was like, they're gonna do, because you had 4 lined up in the fall and
Right.
the spring, and I was like, oh, at the end of each semester, you guys are gonna premiere.
right.
Mhm.
That was another case of us being very ambitious and not
Yeah.
understanding how much work it
I just
actually
think
would
you guys
take.
had like a lot of ideas
We
that
did.
you were like just
Mhm.
trying to get through, and like some of them slipped through and didn't
Yeah.
make it.
I mean, that's what happens in production companies too. You can't say yes to everything.
Yeah.
But we did the best with what we had. I do wish we could have had a premiere in the fall, but I don't think we got production started until November for some of the shorts. But they will be premiering nonetheless tonight.
They got done.
Yeah,
They're good.
finished.
And like when the
We
next
don't have
board
to-
when
we
the
don't
next
have
board
to
comes
talk
in,
to Zach anymore about Together Alone.
yeah, and like when the next board comes in, they won't have to worry about any other like project that came through
Yeah.
because the CCS doc, that
That is being done by me.
is being all done by you.
I filmed it. Seth Zarlinga helped out with sound. So did Nathaniel Fortin. He helped with lighting as well. Cameron Croston ended up there one day and helped
Really?
me out with lighting. It was a blast. Yeah, we've had a lot of help with that, and that should be coming out hopefully by next week, if not the week after. But I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. What is something you hope to see KSUIF do next year?
Well, I won't be here.
Well,
I know.
I hope to
As
see.
an alumni, what do you hope for this organization?
I hope you guys. I hope they do more shorts.
More short films.
Yeah. And I really want more events to happen and better quality shorts as well. Like I want like the quality to just get better as time goes on.
I think it
Gotcha.
has been though.
Yeah, I think
Like
it is, yeah.
like looking at Together Alone and Nocturnal Faith and all that stuff. There's definitely like good quality,
Yeah.
perfect quality. Well, not perfect. Nothing's perfect in life,
Right.
but these are really good.
And more comedies.
More comedies.
Yeah.
We tried to get a comedy out, but
That one fell
Honestly,
through as well.
that one fell through. But
I should-
it wasn't really much on us as it was the producers.
You guys, I could give you guys my senior project. You can have.
Actually, your
Ghosts.
senior project was, from what I saw, I didn't watch the whole thing yet, but I saw and when I walked into the office, it was a parody of like what
Ghost Hunting.
Ghost
Yeah.
Adventures,
Yeah.
Ghost Hunters, stuff like that. Yeah, that looked really funny. Yeah. Wait.
I told Matt, I was like, you can have it if you want for KSUIF. You guys can put it on your YouTube channel. Like, I'm not opposed to because it's unlisted on my YouTube channel right now.
Right.
Like
And
it's
gonna stay
definitely.
that
I
way.
really just think that it could go up as a podcast thing.
But you know
Because
what would be
Shelby's in it.
cool?
Yeah.
If
and I
there-
mentioned it at the intro.
Yeah.
If there are people that have senior projects that aren't going to try for festivals and they want to put it on YouTube, we could
Yes.
have like a channel, not a channel, like a playlist of videos.
No,
of senior
yeah, I think
projects.
that's what we were trying to do this semester, but not a whole lot of people have reached out to us about that because
Right.
people did want to put them in festivals, but there were some
Mhm.
that just kind of did it for the sake of just doing it.
Right.
But if there are cases where Mike wanted to put it up on the KSUIF YouTube, I wouldn't have mind that.
Right.
Yeah,
'Cause,
you
like-
have. I mean, you worked on it too. Like,
Yeah,
you're
I
in
did,
it,
yeah.
and you helped edit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's. I mean, it was my idea and project.
It was
but, like,
definitely-
you definitely had a hand in making.
It was
as
definitely a
well.
collaborative podcast thing
Yeah.
because I really liked because Shelby's not here today. I just want to. I didn't mention that, or like you probably heard it because she's usually talking sometimes.
Yeah.
But
she's usually
Shelby isn't here today because she couldn't
throwing
make it
things out.
because we had to we had to record this a little earlier because of the film fest, and she wasn't able to get off until 12. But I want to give a big thanks to Shelby, big shout out to Shelby because she helped out a whole lot this semester. She made the
has.
podcast fun, a little bit more easier on me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm doing it today, but
without the headphones.
without the headphones, yeah, because I'm positive it sounds great.
All right, my mic's backwards, by the way.
No, it's not. No, it's not. The levels would have shown for that. But no, she's been a great help, and she's made the podcast a hell of a lot more fun to come into. Because whenever we have a guest and whenever we get a little rowdy, she's always there to make a conversation. It just gets really fun.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed how much she, she came in. She didn't have to, but
Right.
she did. And when she did, it was great.
But another thing that I hope KSUF does from here on is more episodic things.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I do want KSUIF to do more episodic content, whether it is a podcast, whether it's like a website or not a website, a web series,
Yeah.
like just something to get like the name out there. Like, hey, we also do this stuff, rather
Right.
than just like produce films. Because like KSUIF as an organization, we do like pull the films that students want to make and create and get them produced.
Mm-hmm.
But a part of us as an organization, the board is just kind of like a background thing. And I kind of wanted to, with this podcast, like kind of give more of a voice to the board rather than just the people that stand up front of a class and give, like, hey, yeah, we're doing this and this is what we're doing. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Goodbye. I want us to sound more human. Because like whenever the board is mentioned, like, okay, it's just a group of people that kind of meet, but like we're all about creation here.
I mean, you guys do meet. I've been kicked out of many meetings.
Yeah, you've been kicked out of many meetings because you weren't supposed to be there. But no, I really enjoy doing the podcast. And like, if it's just one episode thing, like one thing a week, it doesn't take a whole lot of time to, put that in there and edit. Because TV2, they have to put on a show every single week. And if there's someone out there, if like whoever comes in and takes my position next semester, I definitely think for the person who's listening to this and taking my position, or hopefully taking my position and wanting to do a podcast, do it. Like it's very simple. Go to Kevin Dilly, talk to him about some options for the thing. I'll even put it in my manual. It's in there about what I did for the podcast because I know that student media has been very helpful with creating podcasts.
They have we wouldn't be here without the help of student media.
Yeah. And the whole, like, this semester, like, a lot of organizations, not just us, but a lot of organizations have done podcasts and radio shows.
Right.
And if I can say this to the person who's doing it next, try to collaborate with as many other organizations as possible.
Have them on as guests.
Yeah, have them on as guests, or even if you want to do something else within an organization, maybe partner with TV2, make a show.
Right. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like, do, like, a certain, because, like, TV2 would be a great place to kind of get KSUIF's name out there.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I really want to see KSUIF do is collaborate more and expand their brand awareness because the platform that we give students is really unique because people that might not have a way to make a film or if their voices may be marginalized in society, like this could be a way that they can get their story out there and more people can learn about what they're going through, what people are going through. And stuff like that. So I really hope more people in the future will find out about KSUIF because I think it's a great organization and great way for people to get involved in something.
I definitely wouldn't be where I am without even student media. I wouldn't be here without student media because when I first came to Kent, I started with TV2
I think
That
we
was-
all started with
everyone,
TV2.
everyone started with TV2 because everyone knew about TV2.
I was on Roll Call. I dabbed in some episode
I
about
was
a
on Well,
doctor.
Like
Dark
the
times.
first thing that because I transferred from Akron, the first thing that I knew about was TV2 because that's the only name that was out there immediately.
Right.
And so I joined up as crew and then did all that stuff. And as I got further into my major, I discovered about KSUIF because no one talked about KSUIF. It was a very closed doors organization, and even working on some shorts because I worked on Elephant in the Room. That was the first project I worked on. I was behind the scenes stuff, and then I did every day of the week, and then I became a board member.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very interesting process. I'm really proud to see just how far we've actually come.
And I flew under the radar up until you joined.
Yeah. you won't be here next semester.
Yeah.
So you've kind of just you've finished strong. I
focus more on my own stuff
yeah.
rather than that's another reason why like you mentioned, Anna, saying yes in production, saying yes to everything. You can't do it.
Right, you can't.
So this semester I was like, this is my senior year. I can't I'll say yes to a few things, but some things I'm definitely saying no to.
Yeah, that's smart. You have to think about that stuff.
Yeah.
And even
you just have to plan out especially in your senior year how you're gonna you can juggle a few things,
but you can't do everything.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
do everything.
That's definitely another thing to toss on to people. Don't say yes to everything.
Yeah, I think that's very good advice. And
yeah.
if I'm gonna leave anybody with any last thoughts, just about where people are in general with their career or with their major or just whatever they're doing. I feel like social media can really make you think and get down on yourself because you'll see people doing all these things, making a really cool project that you think you can't do. You're like, wow, they have all these really cool cameras, or they have an internship in Los Angeles or something like that. And you're like, I don't have any of that.
They have a
and
budget.
They have a budget.
What you can't do though is get down on yourself and be like, why am I not there yet? Because everyone's going to be on their own timeline. Everyone has their own pace for how they're going.
That is a number one thing.
And just
to say.
because you're not at the same level as someone else, that means nothing, because not everyone's going to get everything done at the same time, because then that would be boring.
There are people that are
know?
people that are much older, have been here longer, and they're still in the position of someone who would probably someone at least in their career, like a junior in college, but they're a senior and they're almost on their way out. Everybody hits their stride and finds what they want to do whenever it happens. It's a very weird process. It just comes to you.
And especially in our major, there's so
so
many
much,
things that you can do in production.
Yeah.
There's lighting, there's audio,
There's
camera,
lighting, camera.
there's directing, there's writing, there's producing. There's just so many things that you can do.
And until you find your niche or whatever the word is, it's
just kind of try it out.
yeah, it's you got to try out everything, and if you know something just isn't your forte, then
Try something
move on to the next. Yeah, if you feel because I know I'm pretty much going to be doing either directing or editing later in the future, because people have not said anything bad and kind of praised most of my edits and everything that I do.
Yeah.
Also my voice. People like my voice for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't like your voice.
Yeah, 16 episodes. Why
there
do people
was-
listen to my podcast?
There was one day you came in sick, and you had a really low
Oh,
voice
yeah.
that could do some movie commercial thing. Is
In a world where, I don't know, a cat jumps out a window. Yeah, it's
Perfect.
I miss that, or I don't miss that. I don't miss being sick.
Yeah.
I just kind of miss that voice. I can probably try to get back to it if I wanted to, but
Bringing it back.
we're bringing it back.
I think we're almost out of time.
We are
right?
definitely almost out of time, so now it's
We're
time
at
to
48 minutes.
yeah.
48 minutes in.
That's not a bad time. I thought we were gonna be here for 30
Yeah.
minutes. We definitely increased that time, but yeah, some very final closing thoughts from us, and that's pretty much it.
You can follow me on Instagram,
Nice self-plug there.
m.takeski.
You can
I take
follow
photos of not myself.
Follow at KSUIF.
follow at KSUIF.
It's literally at KSUIF.
Yeah, go ahead and
It's
follow
all
them.
at KSUIF now, the Instagram and the Twitter.
Yeah.
If
If you want to follow me, it's ANNAKATSAS on most platforms.
Anna Katsas.
Yes, not
Anna
Anna.
Katsas.
If you say
Anna.
Anna, I won't respond.
If you say Anna, she won't listen to you.
Anna Katsas.
But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at the1Mackerman. It might be subject to change because I always change my handle
you do
whenever
always
something
change
happens.
your Twitter handle.
Yeah, but it's
Wasn't it the one orange cat?
no, it was never that one orange cat. Stop bringing this back. Stop bringing this back.
Let's
But
bring it actually back
let's
now.
bring it all the way back. It's time to close the
All right.
podcast. I've been very grateful and honored to work on this podcast the entire semester. I'm grateful for getting the opportunity from Anna to actually put this thing on through. Grateful to Mike for being my co-host the entire semester and not
Yep.
starting any drama whatsoever.
I've wanted to so bad.
You wanted to start drama. You had beef with Jordan.
Oh yeah, that's
the
still
beef
going.
with Jordan.
That's still going.
And all the guests that we had. We had Zach. We have Kyle, Jordan, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks to our guests.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
every single one of the guests that have come onto the podcast and produced their own thing. Even Steph, she came on too. And we had Durkee. We had a lot of people on the podcast to be guests, and it's just been a very fun
JT.
experience.
Thanks,
JT, can't forget JT.
Talk music that episode he was on.
Yeah, I definitely think that we've strided through doing a happy birthday thing out there.
Not gonna miss that.
Not gonna miss that. I'm not gonna miss
Newsroom,
TV2.
Newsroom just interrupting and talking
Yeah.
the whole time.
Is it cool if I leave with like the final words?
I mean, you're the president. Leave with the final words.
Well, wait, I just wanted to also say that I am very grateful for meeting everybody in KSUIF and making connections that way.
Mm-hmm.
So
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be doing this again tonight. I hope I don't cry later, but I just want to thank everybody who's been involved with KSUIF, who's come up to us with a unique idea, whether that being for a story or just a way to do things at KSUIF, cast, crew, the board. We would not be anywhere without the board. It's been what a ride it's been. What am I trying to say here? I just want to say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to see what KSUIF is going to do in the future.
Very good words. That's really all that we can say, honestly. I can't say see you next week because there won't be a podcast next week.
Sad.
there won't be. This is
There
it.
won't be. Yeah, this
It's
is
all
it.
over.
Thank you to all of us, thank you from all of us here at KCOF to actually giving this podcast the time of day, listening to it, and just I don't know what I'm saying here. I'm getting flustered. But I'm thankful to everyone who listens.
Yeah.
I'm thankful to the board. I'm thankful to everybody who's been a part of helping this podcast grow.
Mm.
And we wouldn't be here doing a last episode if we didn't have anybody else helping with the first episode.
Right.
Right.
So, you start from somewhere and you end it. Just how we're going to end it now.
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys
Bye.
around.
Love you 3000.
And now, our feature presentation.
Matt,
What?
I have an idea. So we have been doing the podcast for a while.
Uh-huh.
We have not talked about ghost hunting or ghost movies or demon movies.
Exactly. Why would we?
We'll go to like the old art building on campus and at night and film. It's got to be abandoned.
I mean, yeah, no one's in there. Are you sure we're even allowed to be in that building?
No, not at all. Don't worry about it. All right. We have Steph. She'll get everything all sorted.
Okay.
And we're going to bring Shelby with us too. So you think we can do it?
We can get into the building. I don't see why not.
All right. It's going to make for a really, really good intro.
If you say so.
Yeah, I think it'll work. What's wrong?
Did you get critical focus?
Hold on.
A little chilly.
It's more than a little chilly. I'd say it's.
Okay, we're good.
I'm here with Steph.
Yes.
We cannot film on campus because we need permission.
Yeah, and we didn't get that from anyone.
This is Jackson's house. We are here because I believe it is haunted, and you said that there are noises here, so that's what we're going to look into.
That's we're kind of having a disagreement because all I said is that There's some spooky atmosphere and odd noises sometimes that go bump in the night, but I never once said ghost. He heard
It's ghosts.
ghost.
We're gonna find ghosts.
It's not ghosts.
We're gonna find ghosts, Matt. Don't worry about it.
never
Okay,
said
we're gonna find
ghost.
ghosts. We're gonna find it. All right. And standing also is Jackson. Are you okay with that? You're totally all right.
I'm okay with whatever you guys want to do. That's great. It's just me here. I mean, nothing really strange or any ghosts or whatnot in the house. I mean, it's just me. Well, it used to be me and my brother, and I mean, he left after the butter incident.
Right,
But
see?
it's actually kind of an odd story.
Right. Ghosts.
No
There
ghosts.
are ghosts here.
There's no ghosts.
There's ghosts here.
There are no ghosts. We've been over this before. It's just animals. Animals. It's dark. There's red. Animals everywhere. There could be ghost animals now. There could be ghost animals. There are no such things as animals. No one goes to pet cemeteries. All
right. Yes, but we are here to do the investigation. Shall we go inside?
Yeah. Yes. You know, nobody visits much anymore.
Yeah.
This is nice.
So
I have a
weird.
spare
That is
room,
so
by
weird.
the way, if any of you are
Steph, go
interested.
ahead.
It's a very low rate.
yeah, no.
I don't charge for utilities except for on odd weekends because I'm a crazy person.
Matt, come on. Here we are inside Jackson's house. So what we're gonna be doing is Matt and I, Matt, you and me and you, I and you. We are going to the basement.
Just you and I?
Yes.
Nobody else?
Exactly.
Where's everybody else going?
Everyone else is going to be going to the camper that Jackson has. Right?
Huh?
Who knows? Maybe they'll find something, or maybe we'll find something. That's the plan.
There's nothing here.
But Shelby over here is working audio with Nate, and she has these H4 zooms that we're going to be using, if I may. Yes, we're going to be using these to find the ghost, Matt, and they also have one for them.
What are we going to use a Zoom to find ghosts?
We're going to listen to them.
We're supposed to pick up like electromagnetic frequencies.
We're going to talk to them. We're going to have a sit-down chat with them.
We can't talk to a ghost if we're recording their audio, Mike.
Yeah, we can.
No, we
can do it.
can't.
We can do it. But Jackson is going to show us his camper and the basement as well.
Okay, let's go to the camper.
All right, let's do it. You're uncomfortably close to me. Hey, up here.
Hold on.
Up here.
Sorry, I had to turn it in front of
Thank you. Okay, back up with it.
Mike.
All right, so Jackson, this is your camper.
Yes.
Okay, can we go in?
Please, it's cold.
All right, see, spooky, right, Matt?
It's a camper.
It's a
Okay.
camper.
So the bag, you guys have the camera, right?
No, I don't know how to work it.
Oh, it's okay. I think Nate knows how. You can just give it to Nate. He'll do it. And you have your own audio recording stuff. You're all good.
I guess.
All right,
yeah.
go ahead. Get up on in there.
It smells like old wood.
Oh, it's all right.
Are
Get
you
in
good?
there. Oh,
Is
yeah,
there a
just
light?
get in there.
I can't see it. Hey, is
All
there
right.
a light?
No electricity.
All right, good luck, guys.
Hey, wait.
Hey,
no,
wait.
wait.
Don't-
Wait.
All right, perfect. All right, Matt, let's go to the basement. Are you ready?
They okay, Mike?
Ah, they'll be fine. It's a mobile home. All right, basement now. The basement, right?
Yes.
All right, let's go to the basement. This is the basement. Jackson.
Yep. All right.
After you.
Let's go down here. Oh, watch your head on.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty close.
Ah!
Hey, you said watch
This house made for Smurfs.
Okay.
It's not really got that feel that I was really hoping for.
Yep.
I thought it'd be a little scarier, maybe a little spookier.
What's that room over there, Jackson?
What room are you?
Like this? Hold on, let me turn it for right here.
Matt, that's just a room.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're so afraid.
I don't know about that actually. Let me just. I'm gonna probably go up. So.
He owns this house. He doesn't know what.
It's just a room, Matt. Jackson, that's just a room, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Didn't you think this place would be a little spookier? Maybe a little more abandoned.
Abandoned. He lives here. There's clearly stuff that people have used in the past week.
I guess just kind of get ready to do it. You know, I really thought something was gonna happen by now.
You're supposed to talk to it.
That's right. That's right. We are supposed to talk to the ghost or the demon. Hello, ghost. It is me, Mike.
Oh, you're going with your real name?
What's that?
You're going with your real name with this?
It's me, Matt.
Oh, gee, thanks. Yeah.
And I'm here to speak with you, to summon you to this place so we can be friends. I just want to be your friend. Over there, over
What?
there.
It's what?
The room, Matt, the room.
The room?
Hey, what are you doing over there?
Huh? Oh, just bored.
Okay. Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's cold out there.
Yeah, it's cold in here too.
You go first, okay? And then I'll enter in behind you.
Okay. I mean, I feel
woefully uneasy about it. It's so dark in here.
It's okay. You have that
Mike.
vision. You have that vision.
All right, I'm ready to. All right, Mike, that's not fair. Okay, there's no knob.
I was like, can we not get electricity in this thing? Would it scare the ghosts at all, or?
What ghosts?
Exactly.
Mike, whatever you were trying to say. Oh, what is this on the? What is this? Oh, good lord.
Hey, bud. Hey, you okay?
I don't like you.
I don't think there's anything in there. Just come on.
Let's go find them and call it a night because
Yeah,
this was ridiculous to begin with.
There's not a single ghost in here, from what I can tell.
There's not a single ghost on this property, let alone this state.
Guys,
Why'd you?
should we leave? Are we
Yeah.
leaving?
I mean, you can stay here if you want.
If you really want to find a ghost, that's fine.
Okay, I'll wait here until Mike gets back.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great.
You're doing a good job. Good job, Nate. Proud of you.
Yep.
Proud of you, bud.
Good, best boy.
It's been about like an hour.
It's been about like 2 hours, actually.
No, well, time goes faster when you're talking to ghosts, okay? So it's probably just like an hour to them.
No, not really.
Look,
What?
I think I heard something again.
What? Mike?
It was a voice. It was a voice.
A voice? We're the only one talking, Mike.
There it is again. That was it, Matt. I'm telling you, it sounded like a block of wood rolling across cement, okay?
Specifically, a block of wood going across cement.
Yes, that could have been it.
We have been here for 2 hours. There has been nothing.
That's it. It was a roar, a mighty roar. That was it.
That's the HVAC, Mike.
It's gonna eat you and take my soul.
That's not how that works.
You
Mike,
don't know.
there are no ghosts.
It's a feeling, Matt. It's a feeling. You don't have to know. It's just a feeling, okay? It's gonna take us. It's gonna take me first, of course.
Mike,
I know
stop.
it.
Mike, stop freaking out. You are going insane. We have been here for 2 hours. We have.
There it is. There it is. Did you hear it again? Did you hear it? You heard it. I see the look on your face. You heard it.
Okay, yeah.
You heard it.
I did hear it. Oh God.
Matt,
God.
that's it. That's it, Matt. That's it.
Oh.
Hey, yeah, we're done. We're going home.
What?
So, bye. Oh, Nate's still in the camper. He said he wouldn't leave until you told him to. So, deal with that.
He's a good man. He's a good man. He's a good man to have outside. Let's just pack it. We'll talk to Jackson one more time.
Okay. All right.
There were no ghosts found today. We'll come back.
Mike, I don't think that thing's on.
Damn it, Shelby.
Well, no, I mean, and as I said before, no ghost on the premises, anything like that. I mean, there was a bat upstairs for sure. That's where my brother used to stay. He liked it up there because the cold air soothed his butterfoot, and I don't know much about that. I don't have a medical license, but if he likes it, that's all good. I mean, nothing much going on except for Bruce the Bat keeps to himself. People don't really come over anymore. It's nice to have some boys. You guys you guys ever play bocce?
No,
No.
we don't.
No idea what that
It's
is.
real easy to learn. Tell you what, you got two balls.
Hmm.